What's going on? It's your dog Artman the Great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Hold on, let me fix my glasses, man. Shit's just funny as hell in the boxing world right now, dude. Like super funny. We got motherfuckers making excuses for Teofimo Lopez. We got the prospects looking, honey, looking ash. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we got Terrence Crawford versus Avanesian. That shit is just it's funny, dude. Well, one thing I could say for sure is Bud, he got the job done. We all knew he was going to stop this man because who the fuck is David Avanesian any fucking ways? Um, Shit was easy work, dude, for him. One thing I noticed is that Bud was rusty. I'm going to keep it 100. And I know my brother D Hive's going to come in here and say, nah, he wasn't rusty, but nah, he was fucking rusty. Let's fucking be real. He went in there, looked like he had no legs. He got hit with a fucking looping right hand early in the fight by David Avanesian. And he just couldn't pick up the pace until we found out that the guy's gloves was fucking busted, which is weird. And he said, you know what, let me stop playing with this guy and knocked him out. But until then, he was looking a little rusty, man. He was looking like if he went in there with the Spence who fought Ugas, he was going to get fucking broken down and stopped. Let's be real. Let's be real here. So I didn't even watch the fight. Hold on, let me drop the link for my dude, Cozy Rito, real quick. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was watching the Tio fight and Bud fight at the same time. And I was a little lit last night. I wasn't drinking, but I was sipping on some fucking infused tea. And my ass was fucking getting sleepy as hell towards the fifth round. I'm like, hold on. I woke up when they started talking about the gloves, and then I seen Bud just go in there and do his thing, man. It was just like, dude, come on, man. Like, let's keep it 100. That shit is not it. And everybody's celebrating this win like he just beats fucking Spence or something. They like, oh yeah, do you see Spence can't even get no knockouts like that? I'm like, bro, what are we even fucking talking about here? This guy is fighting David Avanesian, bro. Like, ah man, let me get some more people in the chat, man. Shout out to my site Artman Apparel. Shout out to everybody who copped some merch last night while watching the fight. Man, shit, let me spark up my joint because we got a lot to talk about today. I got time today. I got fucking time today, man. First of all, before we get into the Bud fight, let's go into what should we start with? Honestly, what should I start with? I don't know. Um, let's start with the prospects. Yeah, let's start with the fucking prospects. Um, Keyshawn Davis, man, he did his thing. He did his thing. He went in there. He threw every punch in the book and couldn't stop this guy or even make this guy take a knee. Like, that's something I was really just looking like, I don't know about that. Because the one fight that you step up in competition and the competition is not even like B plus, B minus, you couldn't even hurt the guy? Really? I still give him a B minus performance because I like the way he didn't take any damage. He boxed well. He boxed smart. And his punch selection was really good. It was very entertaining to see him throw those combinations. And I'm like, yeah, give this brother some time and he can be the real deal. But for right now, he need to keep names like Frank Martin and Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson's out of his mouth. Because, dude, when the going gets tough, all that little shit he was doing last night will not be able to save him. He needs to really focus on a couple more things. But so far, the man, he's looking good. He's looking good. Put him in there with Tank Davis, it'll be ugly. Now, let's speak on Xander Zayas, the Puerto Rican kid that's coming up. He didn't impress me at all. He had a C minus performance, but I kind of already knew this about the kid. Like, that he was, decent, but he's not really elite. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he'll ever be elite. I don't ever, honestly, when I see guys like Charlo and Conwell and Fedora and shit, I honestly don't see Xander Zayas beating any of those type of guys. Honestly, I'm going to keep it 100. And I'm not to shit on the Puerto Rican fans or whatever, but it just seems to be the talent pool in Puerto Rico is very slim. Like, it's not it, man. Like, the dude, he made me tweet something. Him and Tio made me tweet something. I said, man, these guys will not get far in this game because they have no fucking jab. I don't like seeing that shit. Like, what makes a fighter like really go into a fight and say, you know what, I'm just gonna load up on all my punches. I'm gonna throw hooks, wide hooks, body shots, but I'm just not gonna throw any fucking jab. I'm not gonna set up none of the combinations with a jab. Why do they do that shit? Like, you gotta have a jab, man. Like, the reason why guys like Devin Haney and Spence, Shakur Stevenson, shit, hell, even take a little bit, you know what I'm saying? They set up shit with a fucking jab. These guys just be going in there trying to knock motherfuckers' heads off. Like, nah, when you step up the competition, the knockout's not just gonna be there. You're gonna have to make it be there. Shout out to the brothers, man. D-Hive and my guy, Cozy Rito, man. Did y'all catch what I was saying about these guys? These not having fucking jabs?
Well, I mean, are you talking about the zone people? Like
I'm talking about
the Warrington and the Lopez?
Nah, fuck that fight. I ain't even talking about that shit. I'm talking about Zayas against that other dude and Tio versus Sando Martin.
Oh, well, I mean, come on now. Like, everybody who knows boxing didn't need these fights to tell you that fucking Teofimo Lopez was marginal. Everybody's late to the game. I remember. I'm tired of these bitch dudes. I've been trying to sound the alarm on Teofimo since before he left the WBC to join the IBF to skip Devin Haney. Now all of a sudden, fast forward 2 years later, people trying to act like they know some shit. Get that weak shit the fuck up out of here. We have been sounding the alarm on dudes like Loma and Tio for the fucking longest. And now after years and years of ESPN marketing, suddenly everybody trying to be like, you know what? Maybe they just don't have it. Oh, yeah, it's your late ass. Fuck up out of here. And also about Keyshawn. The thing about Keyshawn is that when you're trying to say that you're levels above people for fighting their fucking leftovers, let's be honest. Keyshawn was in there working overtime. He was in there throwing them shots with all his fucking might, and Burgos didn't go nowhere. Now all of a sudden, after a while, Burgos is just really tough. Motherfuckers didn't even know Haney already ran through Burgos and did a 10-rounder instead of a fucking 8. I'm so sick of these dudes. These fucking so-called internet experts that are late to the game on everything, that don't want to endorse what the fuck we say because we happen to said it, and then fast forward 2 years later, they're saying the same shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I still remember when niggas said that Tio beats Devin because Tio has power, and I'm like, bro, did you not see this guy has no fucking jab? He damn near lost to fucking Nakatani. Like, what are we talking about here? And they always like to say, well, you blacks, y'all just like rooting for your guys and this, and that. I'm like, man, let's keep it 100, dude. There's a reason why the blacks are fucking going crazy in boxing, because they don't get fucking celebrated for beating marginal guys. They get celebrated when they fucking do the impossible. You know what I'm saying?
I don't entertain that bullshit. I don't entertain that bullshit because the same people that swore Teofimo beat Haney because power are the same people that swore Bud beat Spence because power. And now look, both ducking bitches. The difference is that Teofimo had to take his L. Crawford's still running.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. I just want to summarize it up. All right, bet. Let's just summarize up last night real quick. Top rank, again, all of them guys, fighters, not boxers, or boxers, not fighters, I should say, yet. Jared Anderson, listen, he has some tools. I'm not going to sit here in front like he don't got skills, but, man, get your head off the line. Stop leaning so damn much. You going to get pieced up if he ever fights anybody in real competition quickly. So they going to have to take some time to develop him. Keyshawn, like y'all said, listen, he's a good fighter, but he still got a lot of shit he need to work on. So he need to keep a lot of these people's names out of his mouth. Xander Zayas, like our good brother Julius used to say, he can't fight. I won't say he can't fight. But he's just regular. You know what I'm saying? Xander is just regular.
He's
No
marginal.
But
special effects.
shout out to Karate.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
shout out
with
to
being
Karate.
marginal. It's just
No, no, no.
when these dudes start picking up like imaginary matchups and shit, or he'll be on like
Yeah.
20-0, and they keep saying, oh, he needs to be developed more. No, he just clearly doesn't have it, and it's
That-
okay.
and we gotta
Yeah.
come to that realization in boxing. Like, it's not a matter of time. It's a matter of these motherfuckers don't have it like that. Like, can we
Right.
just accept
Yeah,
it?
man.
Like, there's levels to this game.
Yeah, I don't understand why
You can't
certain people
force
just
it,
can't be fucking marginal. Like, not everybody can be fucking elite. It's funny because they'll say that these dudes just need more development, but it's like the guys you're saying that they beat, those dudes are also getting better. So what are they gonna do? Like Haney, like all of that shit. That should have happened when he was like 21. Now, dude, Teofimo fuck around and get smoked.
He
Like,
definitely got better, and I like the way he was looking in that George Kambosos 2 fight. But let's talk about let's talk about Big Baby Jared Anderson. I want to talk about that specifically because um, I'm looking for the next big thing from our country. You know what I'm saying? Because Wilder's getting old, and we already know like it's almost at the end of the road for our brother. You know what I'm saying? End of his career. So I'm looking for somebody new, like, you know what I'm saying, who could be the next American champion, the Torres guy, Jared Anderson. And what I'm seeing, I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. And I'm not going to say that, there's never a possibility that these guys could be a champion one day. But I'm just saying, for what I'm seeing right now, Jared Anderson last night, despite him getting the knockdown or the knockout, if Wilder was fighting that nigga, he would have slept that nigga in the very first round. Robert Bellini's style. Because that shit right there, when he went in there, threw some punches, yeah, you hit the dude, but the dude said, fuck it, and threw his left fucking hook. And it hit your ass so damn clean. I said, oh shit. And then he turned around and did it again. And then you got him in the corner, and he did it again. And I'm like, yo.
What's that?
Bro,
There was a little young heavyweight from Cuba.
He said, what?
He's
Leonard
a
Pirro?
lefty.
Yeah,
Is that his name, Pirro? Yeah,
Yep.
he should fight him. Because
No,
if he
dude.
did what he did last night, it'll be a real interesting fight. That's
Pirro
all I'm
would
saying.
get on his ass. Hell no.
Everybody's saying, yeah, he got the knockout. But I guarantee the matchmaker saying, whoa, now it's time to pump the brakes because we was looking forward to put him in there with so-and-so. Now we going to put him in this direction. Because let's be real. The shots that he got hit with, he couldn't get hit like that against any of the top three. Like that, man.
Let Joe Joyce land that same shit. Let Joe Joyce land that same shit. And you know what's funny? He called out Hergovic, and I'm like, go on and make Hergovic, nigga.
Go fight that fight. That's
yeah.
That's
yeah, go on and make Hergovic, nigga, so y'all both can be exposed. But but yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not doubting his skill set or any shit like that. All I'm saying is that they're like, oh, this is the next. Just because you're the next big thing as far as heavyweight goes in the United States doesn't mean you're going to be internationally competitive. It's just because this nigga all we got right now. Richard Torres sucks. I'm gonna keep it honest. Richard Torres is bad. Like, he's not good at fucking boxing. So
he's small too.
Yeah, he sucks. So I mean, of course, it looks like Jared Anderson, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah, I like
to represent him on the title level.
The thing's good about Jared Anderson. He has a good punch selection. He's pretty fast. He got some decent power. He don't got that one punch knockout power. He got that accumulation of punches power. I think he needs to get his head off the line, and he might need a new trainer. He probably need to link up with a guy like Ronnie Shields. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Could I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Could I talk about the matchroom card and work my way up to top rank?
Go ahead. Talk what you want to talk about.
All right. First things first, I'll just talk about the Ebony Bridges shit. She looked like trash, but
I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
she beat the shit out of that girl.
Yeah, Shannon O'Connell. She's just like a old lady at this point. But either way, like, it was just like a back and forth brawl. But as far as the main event goes, yeah, Josh Warrington, he's a dirty ass fighter. Luis Alberto Lopez, shout out to Alberto Lopez. he shouldn't have complained a lot to the referee. I think that was a very bad idea for him to do that because that gave Warrington more confidence to try to like headbutt him and be dirty in the fight. I don't know if you guys like seen that, but he got the job done. He just needs to start pressing the action when he gets somebody hurt, and not allow let the referee to like try to like basically be like the judge of like what happens in a certain exchange. But he did a very tremendous job, and I hope he gets big fights at this point. And yeah, like as far as like the top rank card, I was just very how should I say I was not really impressed. Keyshawn Davis looked like absolute dog water. I mean, he did good. I technically rated him at like for his performance like a B minus or borderline B. Um, I think if Carlos Burgos fought the way he did with Devin Haney, I think he probably would have stopped Keyshawn because the Carlos Burgos that I saw fighting Keyshawn did not look like the same Carlos Burgos in the past. I think Keyshawn Davis knew that coming into the fight, but Carlos Burgos, he's performed way better in previous fights. I think even in that fight that he had with Angel Fierro that ended up in a draw, if I'm not mistaken. He did a tremendous job in that fight, but like fast forward or going back into like the past, like he's had way better instances where he's done like a very better job with way more tougher competition. And compared to this fight with Keyshawn, this is not his best version. So I think either way, Keyshawn knew what he was getting himself into because Carlos Burgos, if he had like the same fighting style that gave him a lot more success in his previous fights, he definitely would have stopped Keyshawn Davis.
I'm
And
not gonna say
those
Keyshawn looked
punches
like dog
definitely.
water. That's a little excessive. He looked good. He just didn't look better than anybody else. Like people claim that he'll stop Devin Haney, but he didn't look better than Devin Haney against this motherfucker. And this dude was older, more washed, and had more losses. So I'm not gonna say he
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
like
yeah, he
dog
has
water. He
like more
looked
damage.
Yeah, he looked fantastic. But again, he looked fantastic
Yeah,
against Burgos. And I don't like the fact that they're already
yeah,
crowning this dude. Like this dude is most famous for losing to a third world nigga in the amateurs, and they're already saying he destroys everybody from 130 to 140 in the pros. And it's like, what the based off of what? Like what the fuck have y'all seen that y'all have never seen before out of Keyshawn? Like what does he bring to where we haven't, or at least we haven't seen this in the last 10 years? He looks cool, but step him up some, and then we'll see where he actually is.
Yeah, I
yeah.
like Keyshawn, but like you said, D Hive, I can't really point out what's really different with him. Like
Yeah, what's
I've
different?
I've seen guys be able to box and have clean punches and have a little good American style defense, but it's just like what
He's
else do
gonna
you do?
tag.
What else
Yeah,
what can you do?
Keyshawn and Tiger Johnson had basically the same fucking performance, and people don't rate Tiger Johnson as the man at welterweight. I'll put that in perspective. If you watch Keyshawn and Tiger Johnson's performances, they both had the same exact performance pretty much, and people don't rate Tiger Johnson like that. So what are y'all seeing from Keyshawn? Because welterweight is fucking stacked.
I'm pissed off. I didn't get to see the guy Shoo fight because I actually feel like he's a better prospect than motherfucking Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, well, Bruce Carrington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I like
mean,
Bruce Carrington. I'm telling
I'm
you.
gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a bean real quick, bro. It's time for Top Rank to cut the dead weight with some of these guys. They gotta start matching up their prospects and getting some of these guys out of here because Keyshawn, Abdullah Mason, Tiger Johnson, Bruce Carrington, they all been fighting nobodies. And you see on the prospect side for the PBC, Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera is about to fight. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
So like,
Joseph
it's no
fought
excuses no
Rusev,
more.
like nigga, that's some real
Yeah,
fights right there.
that's real work. You feel what I'm saying?
Abdullah
So I'm
Mason
not.
and
Tr-
Keyshawn
he's
should be
really good.
fighting. That's what I said. I
But you
said
know what
y'all
I
make.
was thinking about watching that shit last night? I
Oh,
was thinking about how a lot of people say, well, Top Rank has a really good job at building up their prospects. Well, yeah, they have a good job of deceiving the public, making it seem like these guys are on fire until it's time for them to actually step up and end up looking like, what the fuck? Prime example, Tia fucking Fimo Lopez.
yeah.
Man,
You notice the top ranked fighters, they're always exposed when a fight is ordered. It's never something where they just voluntarily want to fight that person. The fight is always fucking ordered. It's always something that's ordered. You know, like it's very rarely. The only time where it's something that's just voluntarily made is when it's another top rank fight, of course. But usually they end up taking L's and they're not supposed to when some shit gets ordered.
Yeah, the majority of the dudes on Top Rank I've noticed is they've been built to be boxers, meaning like they want to go into a fight, keep it clean, keep it smooth. If they get the knockout, that's cool, whatever. But they're satisfied to go to 12. And like you just said, D Hop, when the fight gets ordered with a guy from another company, you end up getting into a fight, and they're never ready for it because they're always fighting these pillow fisted guys that don't fight or don't know how to fight, and they are able to get away with it. That's why I say let's just cut the dead weight now. You see, what's that kid? He's a Hispanic kid from like Arizona or something like that. He's in the 135 or 130 pound weight class. He
El
had said he had
Rayo.
No, he's just
nah, from Top Rank.
Oh,
He lost a couple of times recently. Cortez, maybe. Um,
no. Because Cortez,
Gabriel
he's undefeated.
Flores.
Gabriel Flores. Thank you. That's a
That
perfect
yeah,
no, I thought that
example.
nigga was from
He's from
California.
California. He's from
Oh, he's from
Stockton.
California. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. There's a guy who really never fought nobody, fought somebody who was decent, not even good, and just couldn't survive. Blamed it on the weight, moved up, and then got stopped again. I'm telling you, these guys need to really be put in the fire, bro. Because like this is not it.
look at fucking Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera. Like, them niggas about to get in a fight. That's a real fucking fight. And then they're in a position where either one, if they win, lose, or draw, they're still going to be in position to have another good fight. It doesn't matter if these
Can I
guys
tell
have
you?
L's these days, as long as they're fighting top competition. I
Keyshawn
can,
probably wouldn't even beat the loser of that fight.
I'm telling you, man, because all that boxing shit, it looks cool. It really looks cool until a nigga's like, they eat your best jabs and then they run it straight into your ass, put it in your chest. What are you gonna do when they really trying to fight you? They're not just some guys. I feel like some fighters get into situations where they fight and they get comfortable with, you know, if they're getting outboxed, they just get comfortable with surviving instead of really trying to push it to the limit.
Absolutely. And that's the problem again. I'm just gonna keep saying it with Top Rank and with Tiafimo. It's like a combination of a couple of things. He is a really bad corner, and I'm not a person who tries to like break up families. You know what I'm saying? Your father is your father, mother is your mother. But he has to get a real trainer. But more importantly, he got to go to a sports psychologist and take like a year and a half off because he sounds like he about to crash out, bro. Really, after the fight, he talking about, do I still got it? And all this shit on TV. Like, bro, you don't need to be in a ring. You don't need to be nowhere near a ring for a long time. And he lost that fight last night. I'm not too mad at the decision or whatever because Martin just wasn't active enough. Uh, and he allowed the judges the opportunity to steal the fight from him. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, woof, Tiafimo, man. He can't compete with none of them guys at 140. None of
None.
them real guys.
Teofimo, he's
How many times how many times have we been sounding the alarm on him? Like I don't understand what improvements they think going up 5 pounds is gonna make. His fat ass just has an easier fucking camp. But in order for that power to mean something, you have to have application behind it. A lot of like for example, like I even put it on Twitter. Jermel Charlo is not some amazing power puncher. He's really a boxer puncher, and almost a little bit more than half his fights have gone to fucking decisions for the most part. But he's convinced y'all that he's a knockout puncher because he's increased his skill set and improved his power application, his punch selection. That's why he gets more knockouts. And Tiafimo is a fuck. He's strong, he's big, but he's a dumbass. It's the same as Ryan Garcia, fucking Zerto, and all these other dudes. They're strong, they're big, they look cool against trash, but you step them up a half inch and they're gone. They get dusted.
Yeah, because Tion sets nothing up. There's no jab. He's coming in with his hands down. He wants to leap in with single shots, and he got to realize at this level. I mean, he should already know this, but at this level, especially at 140, ooh.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm some type of boxing expert, but I watched a lot of boxing, old and new, to realize that if you don't have a good jab, you're not going to get far. You're not gonna get far because unless you got like I don't even
Roy Jones level of athleticism.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that. Because it's like, dude, these guys going in there throwing their best hooks and motherfucking hooks up top, hooks to the body, and their opponent can basically they always read that shit out like, yeah, this motherfucker's gonna do that, so let me just catch it or let me just move out the way. And that when it becomes a really boring fight because it's like, dude, what are you doing there? You should have been trying to set this guy up with a jab, you know, do something different.
Look at Estrada versus Chocolatito.
Yeah.
Estrada won and was able to keep him off his ass because he actively used a jab. Chocolatito's dumbass didn't, which is why he went in there and got beat up. Which is why dudes like Sarungi can get in there and knock him the fuck out because they realize you put that stick on him and he can't just run up on you and throw 1,000 punches. You could set something up and get him out of there. Like I'm no disrespect to Chocolatito because I know he's some kind of fucking religious figure, but it's that simple. You put a stick on his ass and he can't do anything. But nobody in the sperm weights really uses the jab, which is why people don't fucking watch them.
Look at guys like Spence and Haney. How they every time they throw a combination, they follow back up with the goddamn jab. They keep you back at a fucking jab. You about to throw your combination, he stops you with a fucking jab. Stops you from doing it with that fucking jab. Even Charlie.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think Bob Arum values more, Teofimo Lopez or Josh Taylor?
Probably
Nigga, they're about the same right now.
No, probably Tiafimo because Tiafimo at the very least carries star power and has the ability to actually galvanize some sort of fucking crowd. But I tell you this, he'll probably be less hesitant to sacrifice Josh Taylor because of who Josh Taylor's connected with.
Okay, the reason I ask is because
honestly, D-Hive, I feel the opposite. I feel like he's pretty much done with that guy because he's connected with that guy. And he's about to go tell the truth under fucking oath pretty soon.
Well, then never mind. Because I was going to say they could set up the Josh Taylor Tio fight because I think Josh Taylor would actually hurt Tio pretty badly.
That's exactly why that fight. That's exactly why that fight not gonna happen anymore. Because at first you heard that's what they were planning. They were planning to try to feed Josh Taylor to Tiafimo, but he sucks that much ass. They're like, shit, this nigga can't even get over on Josh Taylor. God damn. Because Josh Taylor is a southpaw that can actually fucking punch. So
then you know what?
That fight can't happen here.
No. Devin Haney after the Loma fight, unless the Tank fight opens up, which I'm hoping for, me and Tank, I'm hoping that fight opens up for the end of the year. But if that don't come through, then I'm telling you right now, Devin Haney should be screaming Tiafimo name as a move up to 140 because Devin Haney would beat him easy.
No, Lopez and his father already got on that. They already said they're not going to do it. They said Haney's just looking for the next. They're just looking for the next biggest payday, and that's us. And we're not interested. So yeah, they already knew who to. They already know who to play with. Yeah, no, there's some pussy. They need to get the fuck out the sport. Like they're just
retire then.
Yeah, they're just taking up space.
We need to make a
pussy ass nigga wouldn't even fight fucking Barboza. And Barboza ain't shit.
We need to make a boxing like urban dictionary type shit. You know what I'm saying? All the phrases in boxing that you know. Like if a fighter starts saying this, and that, like they say a fighter's running, it's code for basically
my fat ass can't cut off the ring.
I can't cut off the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? We need something like that because I'm tired of hearing all these fucking excuses and shit. Like, goddamn. These people swear they hate excuses, but their favorite fighters are always fucking making excuses. I don't understand that shit. Everybody, look, really think about it. Everybody that they like made excuses. Canelo Alvarez made excuses. Manny Pacquiao made excuses.
Lomachenko
made excuses. Lomachenko made excuses. But Wilder were legitimate fucking
Josh Taylor made excuses.
With testimony. Oh, nah, nigga, stop crying. Those excuses. We hate excuses here in boxing. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, all right, man. Can I chime on Xander?
We still talking about this nigga? Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I thought Xander's performance was really not that good, honestly. I think, he's now starting to feed into the audience now while he's fighting, and I think that's very detrimental with his skill set. But with Salazar, I was actually thinking he was going to get knocked out by Xander very early because he got brutally knocked out by Carlos Adames, and he was only active like once out of this this current year back in January, if I'm not mistaken. But I was like actually thinking Xander was gonna blow right through him, but surprisingly, Salazar, he's a pretty decent fighter. Like, I mean, he doesn't carry that much knockout power, and I think if he had more knockout power, he definitely would have stopped him because Xander, he was getting hit with like straight rights like all
And
day,
see,
and
that's the thing. Is Salazar decent or is Xander just limited? Because we got to stop doing that. Are these like like if that's the case, then everybody that
It's a
beat
Xander
Salazar in the
problem.
past needs fucking credit then, and we don't even know who these niggas are. So it's like, are these dudes good or is fucking people like Xander just limited? Because I can tell you right now, fucking Juan Burgos is not fantastic. He's just known for being tough, which is why he gets his ass beat a lot. But the reason why I criticize Keyshawn is because people are saying he's levels above, and he didn't do a levels above performance. He did the same job everyone else did. So
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. So Xander did the same job everyone else did on this dude, and you actually just said that this motherfucker got knocked out by Adamas, who ain't never got Xander's highest levels of recognition. So I'm saying, like, are these dudes actually good, or are dudes like Xander just fucking marginal?
They're just hype jobs, bro.
no, I agree. Like, it's just that the problem with Xander, like is the same problem that I have with Edgar Berlanga. Like,
And
you're
Jesus
fighting
Ramos would
guys that
smoke
doesn't.
Xander. That wouldn't even be fun.
Imagine
Oh, wait,
Xander
wait,
fucking
wait. Did you say
Conway.
Berlanga smoked him?
No, some dude put in the chat said, "How would you see Xander versus Jesus?" Man, Jesus Ramos will get on his
Oh
ass.
yeah, definitely. Like I think Ramos is way better, and I think anybody on the PBC roster, I think right now it's just impossible because once Errol Spence and Jerron Ennis they move up to 54, it's like that's a dead end. It's like Xander's gonna have to basically knock on their
So
door.
what is Xander's plans? Like, is he
Jaime
looking to be like
Munguia,
title
that's
contender?
it.
Like, can he?
Probably.
Why is he not in the rank? Is
He
he?
allegedly
No,
said
he's
this
he's
next
ranked
year
number
he's
10
gonna.
in the WBO.
Last night after the fight, they allegedly said they're gonna be fighting ex champions and quote unquote non contenders next year, so that way they can fight for a belt in 2024. I don't believe it, but you know.
Okay, sounds
No, I
good.
don't. I
Sounds
don't.
fucking good. Yeah,
Because
they
it's like
know
if they really want
they're
to fight
saying
for
that
like a
dumb
belt,
shit.
they can.
They're saying that dumb shit because they know all the people that they're talking about got bigger and better shit to do. Like, why the fuck would Tony Harrison fucking fight Xander and fucking Zyla? It don't even make no sense. They know that dudes like Danny Garcia, Tony Harrison, Charlo Fandor, they all got better shit to do than beat up on Lil Xander's eyes. So they're gonna talk all this shit, try to say, oh, he's calling their names, but ain't nobody saying any paperwork. Try to make him look like Billy Badass while he beats the nigga that works at Jack in the Box. We've all seen this bullshit before. And then it's funny because the size of the street bullshit, it only applies in certain increments. Like, oh, the size of the street is perfectly fine for this, but not perfectly fine for that. Like they had no problem making fucking Sandor Martin bringing his ass over, but with everybody else, oh, we can't do it. We can't do it unless you sign. Like with Devin Haney versus TFM or Devin Haney versus Loma. Oh, we can't really do it unless you sign.
Top Rank, from what I've noticed, they only fight guys that they know that they're gonna beat. They know because they have expert teams of fucking matchmakers and this and that, so they know who to fight and who not to fight. So I don't believe in that side of the street shit. They made
It's not real. It's never been
Top
real.
rank can cross over. It's just that with top rank matchmaking, like you said, they politically protect a fighter to make them look good every time they fight. But then it's like once it's time for them to step it up one bit, they get cooked. So
Yeah, like Terrence Crawford. I keep having to remind people. Terrence Crawford has fought 5 fucking PBC fighters. The only time the size of the street bullshit came up was when it came to Errol Spence. There's a reason for that because they don't want it.
Now let's talk about the guy fucking Bud.
oh yeah,
Let's talk about that shit. Let's start with D Hive. What do you think about his performance, man?
I don't give a shit. I mean, he did what was expected of him. I mean, Green Bean smoked this dude, so the mighty ultimate badass Terrence Crawford better have. All I know is this: you like Bud fans were super happy that Spence versus Crawford was not fucking happening. They were happy. They were happy as hell that Spencer Crawford wasn't happening and that Bud was about to be getting paid a lot of money for marginal fucking work. Okay, cool. Stay your bitch ass over there because y'all know goddamn well Bud does not want to fight that fucking guy. And he basically said it at the end of the interview. First of all, if you your own fucking boss, why is it that you're now all of a sudden a free agent? What the fuck have you been this entire goddamn time? But that's neither here nor there. The reality of the situation is, if they try to go into negotiations with this ignorant ass nigga again, he's gonna do the same shit. He's gonna do the same shit to Spence. He's gonna do the same shit to Charlo, and it's not even gonna fucking matter. And again, it's because he knows that now his fan base has officially given him permission to not fight Spence. They're not calling for it. They're not demanding it. All they're worried about is what Spence doing. Oh, well, Spence don't fight Crawford now. It's duh. This nigga basically said he didn't want to fight Spence, and y'all are still somehow trying to say Spence is ducking dude. I don't give a fuck. Y'all sound insane. This again. I don't understand why Crawford just can't be a bitch. I don't understand. Like,
look. So now, when it comes to the performance, what I think, man, is that the guy obviously knew he was rusty and he didn't want to go into a fight with Earl Spence right away. Let's be fucking real, because the man who fought Avanesian last night would have got cooked by the fucking man who fought Yugis just recently. Like, let's keep it 100.
It's not a matter of rush.
It looked like
never thought he could beat Spence. He never in life thought he could.
Look, Spence was coming off a long layoff to fight Ugas though, so it's like.
But look at that goddamn. It looked like the man Bud had no legs within the first round. I was about to say this nigga's mean machine, but the nigga Avanesian, he hit Bud with a looping right hand that had Bud leg do a little stumble, like, oh shit, this nigga just hit me. But I'm like, man. Just looking at that, I'm like, dude, you couldn't possibly have went in there with a fresh ass fucking boots, Virgil Ortiz, motherfucker. He probably would have got off on Virgil Ortiz, but motherfucking boots, Errol Spence Jr. You couldn't possibly say you gonna fight those guys right then and there.
It's funny too. It's funny too because if you look at his fighting style, you can tell that Shakur has been teaching Bud shit, not the other way around. Because the entire fight, he was fighting like Shakur until he hit him with that uppercut right hook to end the fight. Because he was carrying, dude. He wanted to make it seem interesting. He could have ran over Avanesian in the first fucking round because Avanesian is not good. He could have ran his ass over, but he wanted it to go some rounds to make it seem like, oh yeah, Avanesian's a grizzly veteran. He went 6. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You can tell Bud was playing with this dude. And then the gloves busted open. Like, what the fuck is that?
I'm gonna keep it fair, bro. I ain't even watched the fight.
Crawford's cheated.
Well,
you shouldn't do.
We got different opinions. D-High feel like he was playing with him. I honestly feel like that nigga was rusty. He had to figure it out for a good second. Cause that looping right hand was wild. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm talking about?
But he usually gets hit by right hands. That's a defensive lapse he hasn't corrected because he hasn't had to fight anybody. He usually gets hit with right hands. Green Bean's able to put in the same work.
He said Cozy said he ain't watched the fight. I know that.
Good. Bro, he shouldn't have watched the fight.
Purposefully. I did not listen. When he announced the fight against Amnesia, I said I'm not supporting bullshit, bro. And so I didn't watch it. And I feel good about it, and congratulations to him on knocking him out or whatever. But, like, what does last night's fight change about what's going to happen going forward? Nothing, right? So it's like, a fucking pointless fight. But congratulations to Bud Crawford and his family. You got your money. You found your circus. Maybe you'll have more fights on BLK Prom that I won't watch. Salute to him, man.
Did you see that nigga's gloves, though, man? Cozy, did you at least see that?
I saw that his gloves busted. Now tell me about this. His gloves busted. Like, what you mean? Split the seams? Like,
for the record, his entire career, Terrence Crawford has used Everlast MX gloves, the same gloves Tyson Fury used in the first Wilder fight. But let's skip past that. Both of this nigga's gloves popped open, and the commission was just like, "Yeah, go ahead." And keep in mind, the reason why the commission did that was because they knew Avanesian was fucking toast either way. Because if he was in there with some certified opposition, first of all, their team would have been like, oh, fuck no. Change them goddamn gloves. Are you fucking insane? Torn-ass gloves. But nobody cared because it was not a real fight. It was bullshit. It was there for Bud to show out, look good, and everyone say, get your money, baby. That's the big bad boogeyman. Like, that's all it was. That's all it fucking was. It was a fucking circus. Like, oh my God, these fucking dudes made me so fucking sick about this motherfucker, man. And these are all dudes that he would never bail out of jail, He'll never acknowledge. And then when he got the microphone, the time to shit on Spence and Heyman was when they gave him the mic. Like, you know what? Next time you bitches better have my money. And next time, like, that would have been the time to really air some shit out. But instead, he was fucking so bitch made he couldn't say anything. He was like, you know what? We gonna party. We gonna go on vacation. You can tell he been hanging out with Broner. You can tell that's the type of shit Broner always say. Oh yeah, we're gonna party, we're gonna have sex, and then we're gonna be right back in the gym Monday morning. That's kind of dumb shit he be saying because he don't want to fight nobody either.
Man, speaking of Broner, bro, did you see the pic of him?
Yeah, about brisket, absolutely.
Bro,
Broner was fat.
These niggas is running a clip of Broner talk about Al Heyman and inactivity and shit. Like that nigga, like it's the message from the fucking Pope or something. Like what the fuck?
I know, man.
AD ordered talking about some, the money wasn't right over there and inactivity and all that shit. All the fucking shit that these niggas, dumbass niggas wanna hear. Cause they don't give a fuck about Broner. Never gave a fuck about Broner. So now they taking what he say as law, all because he's slandering fucking Al Heyman. It's crazy.
And also, these dudes keep telling me, well, Floyd said. You motherfuckers didn't believe a word Floyd said when it came to Tank situation, but now all of a sudden he's the fucking genie in the bottle on Spence and Crawford. Man, shut the fuck up with that weak shit. You know how many people keep telling me, oh, well, Floyd said. Well, Floyd said the fight wasn't gonna happen. What? Can you tie Floyd to any of this fucking shit? Can you tie Floyd? Like, people think that Floyd and Heyman are the same fucking person and have the same relationship with Showtime. TNT ain't on none of this bullshit. Who the fuck? Who was he promoting? The fuck?
TNT ain't promoting that Javante Davis fight.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. TNT couldn't promote Tank, but they promote Spence Crawford. Dumb niggas. Oh my god! Like it's crazy how like
it's because they're black and Floyd Mayweather is black and he got a lot of money. So
these are black people saying this though. That's what's pissing me off. These are the same niggas that didn't believe a word Floyd said a year ago regarding Tank and LRB and TMT and all that shit are now coming to me talking about, well, Floyd said Crawford the best, so Floyd also said Chocolatito was the best. Now what, nigga? Now what, nigga? Like I swear I don't know. Like it's Crawford paying you dudes. It's Crawford dicking you dudes down. I will never fucking.
Bro,
understand.
I feel like you just have so much hate for Al Heyman and Errol Spence Jr. Bro, like the shit I hear, the excuses they make it seem like Al Heyman is some old man holding on to his money, creating some evil mastermind plan to fucking hurt Bud. Like I don't get it. Like, bro.
And you know what? He should have. Because
I was about to say he didn't.
Yeah, he should have. Let me tell y'all, because here's what I would have done. Because I personally love ignorant niggas like Terrence Crawford because they're fucking easy Vicks. If I was Al Heyman, let me tell you, I would have offered that worthless motherfucker $12 million guaranteed. I would have said we don't have, and I would have told him this too. I would have said we don't have enough money to pay Errol Spence, but we really want this fight, so we're willing to do whatever it takes, Bud. We're willing to get out on our knees and give you $12 million, and Spence gets nothing guaranteed. He'll have to make his off the back end. Meanwhile, Spence is getting 100% of the back end, and we cutting that shit 85-15 because I'm management. And I would have fucked Bud for every goddamn dollar of that fucking fight. We would have walked away with like $50 million plus.
You know what would happen after
that? Ass would have been crying and suing, talking about, they gave me a bad contract anyway. Bud would have lost, and we would have moved on with our lives.
And that niggas would have been saying, Al Heyman get that nigga a fucked up deal. What you mean?
Yep.
Give him a guarantee? Because you remember when Wilder was offered a motherfucking guarantee of fucking $10 million, and niggas was like, man, that's not enough. Niggas was like, yeah, that's not enough. What you trying to give him a flat rate fee for? What you trying to give him a flat rate?
Exactly.
Dudes
don't understand. Wilder and Fury were getting like $5 million, like $3 to $5 million. Yeah, they were getting like $3 to $5 million guarantees. They weren't getting all this bullshit. Why? Because they understood that their fucking value. Like Wilder v Fury 3, I think did like $17-18 million in gate damn near. They knew what the situation was.
That fucking venue was packed.
Ridiculous.
I spent $600 on fucking nosebleeds. I'm talking about I was so high in the fucking air. I didn't see shit. Thank God. I know. Thank God this fucking lady gave me her fucking tickets because I was to go to the Jack Daniels suite after. But I was like, yo, when I got to the venue and see where I was sitting at, I was like, man, if I'm paying this much for that, I wonder what the niggas down there is paying.
Exactly.
Exactly, bro.
Thousands.
Exactly. That's exactly, and thing is, Al Heyman's reputation. They already think he's a criminal. So I would, if I'm Al Heyman, I'm like, well, at least let me earn this shit and actually rip this motherfucker off for all this money. Because that's the thing. None of these dudes are talking about the importance of the fight. They're all talking about, well, Terrence Crawford he need like they're a part of the fucking team. Like they're a
They
part of the
need to
goddamn
know how
family.
to treat a champion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Black Prime know how
He's
to.
secured his bag, baby. Uh-huh.
That,
Like what the
that
fuck is
sound like
wrong
some,
with y'all?
that sound like some bitter baby mama shit. Talking about some
That's exactly what it is.
Black
And it's
Prime.
fucking hilarious because these
What?
dudes were swearing Spence was ducking for fighting Pacquiao. They swore that he was ducking fighting Pacquiao. They swore he was ducking fighting Ugas. And then they swore he was ducking by offering Bud the fucking fight. It's clear these niggas are in love and I don't have time. I do not
These
have
dumbass niggas told me that Errol Spence is ducking by offering this nigga a contract. I don't
literally.
get it.
Literally, and it's funny because the reason why these dudes sound stupid is because they're trying to stitch fucking lies together. They're trying to stitch lies together, and I'm so tired of niggas that work at fucking Chick-fil-A trying to sound intelligent about Al Heyman's business dealings. You motherfuckers didn't even know what was going on at Top Rank, dumbass. That's why when he dropped the lawsuit on Aram, y'all were fucking surprised. Y'all didn't know Aram was
Bro,
getting that ass.
they don't know none of this shit because when I was talking about Daniel Kinahan and Tyson Fury and all that shit, they didn't know what the fuck that was. Now everybody talking about fucking Daniel Kinahan and shit.
No, and to make matters worse, they thought that Bud signing with Kennehan was a fucking power move.
Power move.
They were
Oh
like,
my god.
he gonna have the mafia on his hands, so he gonna get these niggas. Surprise,
They
defunct.
definitely was on that shit. And then
They were.
I got a couple brothers telling me, "Oh, nigga, why you snitching and shit?" Like, bro, like, nigga, I don't owe these fucking Irish gangsters no damn loyalty. Bro,
Snitching.
you
He's on
stupid.
CNN. Talking
Motherfucker,
about snitching.
this is public information.
Right.
How the fuck you think I found out?
That's why these dudes
I
make
ain't
me
wearing no
sick.
fucking wire to hang out with these niggas. I
They're
just,
so thirsty to make Bug out to be some kind of gangster ass dude. No, he's just a fucking formerly impoverished nigga from Omaha. Nobody gives a fuck.
hey, they
Like
definitely do. Hey, they definitely do be trying to make Bud seem like some type of gangster. Like, yeah,
it's
look,
fucking creepy. It's like when people try to put
don't be
that
talking
jacket
about
on
the
Tank. Tank
business.
isn't a
What you know
gangster
about that?
thug dude. He's just a nigga with some tattoos.
Hey, try to
Yeah,
tell
they need to stop doing that for Gervonta because he's not no gangster. He's really
Yeah.
not.
man.
But it's like back to what me and Dia have said in the past. So just because you're from some rough ass city doesn't help you win fights. So it doesn't.
Shit. But
It doesn't.
look at the comment my brother Jason
Man,
said. He said, D Hive, why you bullying but beating on the low level fighters?
Because I'm tired of people telling me that this dude is the ultimate badass and that everyone is running from him. Especially, like, the biggest thing to me is that he fucking lied. He lied. If he hadn't lied, maybe he'd have some credibility, but he fucking lied, and he's so fucking stupid, he can't keep up with the lie. First, he said he agreed to everything, then he said the contract was fucked up. Okay, if that's the case, what exactly did you agree to? Then he said he had access to $50 million, but that fucking thing disappeared. Then Blue Blood comes on and says the reason why we couldn't find a better opponent is because they were asking for too much money, and Crawford getting 10. Well, if he got access to 50, why the fuck couldn't you break Thurman off 10 or give Boots 8 or some shit like that? Like none of the shit adds up. And dudes are trying to make it seem like, oh, the story makes complete sense. No, the fuck it doesn't. Why do you think Bud has interviewed everywhere except Blue Blood? Because people are gonna ask these fucking questions with both of those goofy motherfuckers in the room, and they're gonna look dumb.
And what I seen last night, and look, I understand, bro. I understand. Get y'all money. Get your money. Do what you got to do. But don't sit here and lie to the people, to black people, and say, oh, this is a black ran company, and, you know, we couldn't do this because of Arrow. Look, y'all niggas seen an opportunity to get some money, and y'all took it. Y'all took it. It's
Just
that
say that.
fucking simple. Just say that.
Yeah, stop trying to fucking lie and be like, oh, we tried, we negotiated in good faith, we put in all this work, but this not stop lying on people. Stop fucking
Because
lying on people to make yourself look hard.
seeing how happy Blue Blood was, Hope rocking the mic, I said, you know, congratulations, brother. That's what you wanted. But y'all ain't have to lie to the people like that, dude. You would have got more love if you just would have kept it a stack.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing is too, they're talking about all these fighters having inactivity when these motherfuckers had fights scheduled. Broner was scheduled to fight Figueroa. He had a fucking panic attack, and then suddenly now he looks. First of all, he doesn't even look in shape to fight Ivan Redcash. But he had a fight lined up. He was gonna make money again, but then he had a panic attack. Jamel Charlo was scheduled to fight. He had a back injury and some fucking legal issues. Terrence Crawford been fighting once a year for the last 3 years, and ain't nobody gave a fuck. And if he would have fought Errol Spence, he would have been under a year of inactivity instead of over a year. He is the one that decided to fuck off the November 18th date and fight this some bitch in December. It's his own fault. So the PBC, all these fighters ain't got no dates. No, they want to make a lot of money for marginal fucking opposition, and that's cool. But be honest about it. Be honest about it.
Yo, Diaz, like I got a question like about that November 18th date.
Yeah.
Was that date like already pre-confirmed, or did people just talk about it just to run with it? Because like I heard like Stefan Fulton saying, I think it was like he was talking with Tay Jones or somebody, but he said he had a date scheduled for November, but then it fell through. So I wasn't so sure if that was like the same, notion with Spence and Crawford being set up on that date, because if that was to be like official for November 18th or 19th, that would have been like a perfect time for him.
Right, because Terrence Crawford has been fighting in the month of November for the last 3 years, and they were trying to be accommodating. The reality of the reality of the situation is that Steven Espinoza came out and said they had multiple venues on hold. I'm pretty sure that was the proposed date for the original fight because it would have fit Terrence Crawford's schedule perfectly. But the thing is, Terrence Crawford didn't sign the contract, so nothing was actually able to be set in stone because Terrence Crawford never signed anything. So you can't they had a proposed November date, but it never came to fruition because Terrence Crawford never signed anything, and then he came out and dropped this December shit. And keep in mind, even Avanesian had a fight date in November. They had to pull his ass off of a fight to get him to fight Terrence Crawford. That's how deep the cherry picking was. They like all these niggas are available. Boots available, Virgil available, Thurman available. All these people were available. They chose a motherfucker that was not available.
They didn't even give Boots the opportunity to even do anything.
They lied.
The type of guy Boots is, he'd fuck around and fight Crawford for $30,000 if he had to.
Boots would fight Terrence Crawford for free and beat his ass just for the inconvenience.
Exactly. So for you to and that's how I know these Bud fans are fucking dick riders and liars, because y'all like Boots too, but for y'all to sit here and say to agree with Bud and say, oh, his name never came up. That's some sucker shit. And I can't.
No, he lied though. He said first thing he said was he reached out to their camps. Then it came back that never actually happened. He said, "Oh, I reached out to Virgil," and then he even said he offered Virgil a contract, and Virgil's team immediately came out and said, no, because if that was the case and they were talking about all his money, we would have been over there, but that wasn't the case either."
But it's like what you said, D-Hive. It's like what you said on Twitter. You said when it comes to Bud and his team, it's like niggas believe that shit. But when it comes to other people about Bud, it's, oh, we want to see facts and paperwork and transactions and all that shit. Like, bro,
these dudes will never ask Kinahan or Aram for any fucking paperwork. They trust whatever they say. But with Al Haym and Errol Spence, their word isn't good enough. They need to have proof, documentation, tweets. They literally got Espinoza on the fucking timeline giving them a play-by-play of negotiations, and they even saying Espinoza back there lying. What? Okay, so what the fuck are we talking about this?
Exactly. So what the fuck are we talking about here? But when Bud speak, it's all facts, no caps. All facts.
Kovalev was another person that's because people keep saying this dumb shit like it hasn't been done before. Kovalev was another person that signed with Andre Ward for no guarantee. He fought Andre Ward fucking twice, and then he was after beating up a woman in public and all kinds of weird shit. He was subsequently rewarded with a Canelo fight. His career turned out fine. So shut that weak shit up. I imagine doing business with people this goddamn stupid. Like, imagine trying to explain stock options to Bud. Like, Bud's financial manager must he must be on suicide watch, because these are some of the dumbest people in period.
And then, like, when we had the brother on the show, I told him, I said, so you're telling me that you don't think that Errol Spence versus Bud will do enough for Bud to get $10 million? Honestly,
and what that dumb nigga keeps saying?
He said no. He said no.
No, he just kept saying no, because everybody else got to get paid. Everybody else. I'm like, you know what's funny? He kept whining like a bitch, but I wanted to say this. You know what's funny? You're concerned about Showtime and PBC getting their money, but you're not concerned about BLK Prime, because Showtime has shown that they can afford to pay everyone and still get paid. BLK Prime is not even worth $10 million, but you don't give a fuck about their bottom line. You don't care if they go under. So I'm like, why can't you have that same energy for Showtime? Why don't you let Showtime lose money on Bud? Why wouldn't you just let Showtime lose money on Bud? The reality is they don't want him to get beat up. Bud fans do not want to see Terrence Crawford get beat the fuck up, and that's
especially by the guy that they don't like, and the fans will be saying, "Hey man, look, we told y'all." They don't want that shit, bro.
Right.
They don't want it.
They don't want it because they have to eat years worth of shit that they've talked, years worth of shit that they've said, and not only has most of it like been debunked and hasn't made any sense from the fucking get go, but if Bud were to lose, because keep in mind, as far as his legacy is concerned, this nigga has never been more popular than he is right now, and it's not because of anything that he's doing. It's not because of Undisputed. It's because his name is in there with Spence's.
With Errol Spence, a guy who started his pro career after Bud.
That's it. So
so damn salty because it's like you've been boxing for a little minute now, and this nigga came up right under you, and then fucking blossomed on your ass while you fucking still fighting like you fuck, bro. He's still fighting weak ass niggas. Like what the fuck?
And these dudes' number one priority is not Bud fighting Spence. It's making sure Bud is safe, Bud is paid, and Bud is happy. Those are not fans. Those are people that are clearly in love with this dude. Because
I asked the guy last time on the show, I said, what are you gaining as a fan knowing that Bud is making this money and he's fighting guys like Amnesia? He couldn't even explain.
Because it doesn't, like I said, these dudes have some weird infatuation, and I don't discriminate. That's perfectly fine. If you've fallen in love with another man, hey, do what you got to do. But stop trying to pretend like you're being objective.
Bud represents those type of guys. You already know it.
Yeah, they can relate to him. They can relate to stupid niggas that don't stand on shit. Dumb, loud, stupid, not able to stand on shit. It's like the bully. It's like the bully that's been talking shit all year, and when you finally agree to fight him after class, suddenly they got homework. Oh, you know what? I can't do it today because I got detention. So you know, but any other day I'll be on your ass. You know what I'm saying? All the time.
Exactly.
I got uncles like Bud, dog. I got uncles like Bud. I got cousins like Bud. Just run their mouth, talk all the time. Ain't got shit to show for it. Yeah, ain't got shit. We all know niggas like Bud, and that's why it's infuriating to niggas that handle business and do things in life. Because this dude's a fucking fraud. He's talking all this bullshit.
You're supposed to be a professional, but here you are on fucking social media in the fucking Nike tracksuit talking about everybody got fire sticks. Like, bro, what?
Yeah,
come on, bro.
He's already talking about the fight won't sell anything to where he's nervous, but then he's doing everything he can to simultaneously undermine the fight. This shit is fucking like, bro, do you understand that this is money? This is money you could also be getting. And we did the math for that dude. 30% of Spence's Ugas is more than fucking 10 mil. So imagine Spence Crawford. Like, it's just
like, exactly. But he told me the fight's not going to sell.
Oh, it's not going to sell in America, but it'll definitely sell.
But it will sell in the UK.
And let's talk about that dumb shit. If the UK got so much more money, why the fuck is AJ fighting in Saudi Arabia?
Bro, this nigga.
God damn.
And then one of the main promoters in the UK, Eddie Hearn, came out and said, "Man, I don't know what that guy's talking about. They'll barely do $5 million total."
Eddie Hearn's like, "This nigga tripping. You're not about to do any numbers over here, bro. You don't do any numbers in fucking America. The hell makes you think you're about to do some serious numbers over here?" And also, let me clarify something else. When Terrence Crawford said that British fans they support boxing better, that's not what he meant. Terrence Crawford meant British fans support mediocrity. British fans support mediocrity because their talent pool is limited as fuck.
So they have anybody got from their hometown doing something, they get fucking excited.
Exactly. So if Terrence Crawford was a British dude, they would absolutely love him beating up fucking nobody. I mean, shit. Those motherfuckers have AJ, who got his ass whooped by Ruiz in a cruiserweight. They have Tyson Fury, they have Joe Joyce, and that's basically fucking it. They barely have anybody. So whenever British fans see their fighters do anything, they're like, "Oh my god, this is fucking fantastic!" Because boxing isn't even their most popular sport.
Even if they cheat, they don't give a fuck because it's like, well, that's just it. Like
Exactly.
these motherfuckers was ready to give Conor Ben a pass, bro. That's the type of fans Bud likes. Niggas like that.
Yeah, they want you to support mediocrity. They want you to support cheating. They want you to support all the things that are unbecoming of a champion. But you got people like Devin Haney, Jermell Charlo putting in legitimate work, and all they get is fucking back-to-back criticisms. And then Terrence Crawford got the nerve to call out Jermell. Like, no, stop. You wouldn't fight Spence. You're not fighting no goddamn Charlo.
Don't care about them accomplishments and all that shit. Because if that was the case, Devin Haney and Jermell Charlo will be considered one of the best of our generation and be on the news, sports news 24/7. Because they accomplished all the things that y'all said they need to accomplish. Right?
Yeah, but again, they never talk about that. All they're concerned about is making sure Terrence Crawford is safe and paid. That's all they want. I like even you even saw the post, bro. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, easy work, easy night for Terrence Crawford. Easy. I'm like, yeah, that's what you're fucking used to. And I keep having to tell people this. If your version of enjoying boxing is watching your favorite fighter fucking run over garbage, that's perfectly fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But some of us want competitive matchups where being able to determine the winner is actually difficult. That's how some of us enjoy boxing. If you're one of those bitch ass fans that don't want your favorite fighter in any sort of trouble, be honest and say that. So then we just won't talk to you.
Like, bro, I love the feeling a little nervous with the fighter that I like. Feeling, damn, is he gonna get past this? Because when he does, it makes me like the fighter even more. For example, when Wilder was about to fight Ortiz, I was like, man, I was nervous as fuck for Wilder, dude. I'm gonna keep it 100. Even in the fight, my fucking heart was pounding. He goes in there, do what the fuck he had to do, got him out of there after being hurt. I said, yeah, this motherfucker is certified. Right. What is Bud doing? Nothing like that. There's no fight that Bud has. That niggas is like, man, I don't know if Bud gonna win this one. It's always been an easy night for Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, because the thing is,
if it wasn't an easy night, it's because a fucking bump got a little bit over him on us, which was Mean Machine, fucking Benavidez.
Yeah, like, and it's crazy because these dudes don't understand that when you pick someone to beat, like for example, when you pick someone to beat Spence, Spence gets more credit for the win. So when you say, "Oh, Terrence Crawford gonna easily wash him," that takes away a little bit of the credit because the thing is, a lot of people pick Mikey Garcia to beat Spence. A lot of people pick Pacquiao to beat Spence. A lot of people pick fucking Ugas to beat Spence. That's why he gets credit for those wins, despite the condition that those people were in when they fucking fought him. Like
even my own dad,
like Gamboa.
My pops thought that Manny Pacquiao was gonna beat Spence.
Yeah, bro. A lot of people did.
Prior to the Ugas fight.
Yeah. Did you? And most people picked Pacquiao to beat Ugas too, and that didn't happen. So it's like that's the thing. You get credit for wins when people actually pick against you. Nobody gave Avanizian a shot against Crawford, not even Bud. They were excited that he was getting some more easy work. That's what's weird. Like, so again, if you dudes just like to see him run over people, that's perfectly fine. But stop trying to say he's some boogeyman. Stop trying to say people are avoiding him. Stop saying boot stuck and stop saying Spencer. Just shut the fuck up and say, "Oh, I want a Terrence Crawford to fight Ivan Redcash or Broner or Omar Figueroa or some goddamn body." You know, like just cut the fucking bullshit. Like I don't understand. Like you're not getting a medal. You're not getting an award. He's not giving you a check. You're not getting anything by defending this dude. He wants easy ass work for a lot of money, the same as Broner. That's why they both over there. Because with Figueroa, he would have had to at least earn a check. Redcash is the type of nigga to not even get hit and fall and go out on a stretcher. Everybody wants to fight that dude.
Redcash will fuck around and beat AB like he did Devin Alexander ass.
Bro, man, please. Redcash ain't gonna do shit. And if he does, that's embarrassing for AB, to be quite honest. So if you get in there thinking some shit is sweet and you get whooped on, that's what you get. Should have just fought Figueroa with your crazy ass.
Yeah, he should have just
Talking about he fighting 3 times a year. Man, bro, shit. And we don't even know if this money cleared. We don't know what they actually got because Cambosa swore up and down he got paid 10 million and all this bullshit. And then when the lawsuits actually came down, turns out he didn't even make 3/4 of that. So Bud could have said he's getting 10 million, not gotten 10 million, and doesn't want to deal with the embarrassment and just not say anything, not say shit else again.
Yeah, I think honestly, when BLK Prime, comes out saying that they don't have any funds for Crawford and Broner, Crawford's just basically gonna lose everything.
I mean, like I said, I hope he got his money. I just want him to get out of boxing. He is wasting time. He's wasting time. He's taking up space. He's taking up space in the news cycle. And again, Spence and Crawford is not happening. I stopped trying to tell, oh, well, Al Haymon needs to come back with him with something back. No. Terrence Crawford ain't nobody to be crawling to be begging to. No, Terrence Crawford is the one that's fucking thirsty. So let him go ahead to this fucking kiddie pool or whatever and fucking drink. But just give up the belt so we can get boxing back on track. I don't give a fuck. Like do some fucking exhibitions like Floyd. Like at least when Floyd started bullshitting, he got out the sport. At least when Floyd started doing crazy shit, like he did McGregor, and then he fucking bounced. Like, okay,
folks were saying, what's the difference between Bud's fight and motherfucking the exhibition, Floyd's exhibition? Honestly, what's the difference?
Fucking not much. Avanesian is somebody who lost his fucking. He's literally leftovers. He lost to both Spence and Crawford's leftovers. So the fact that people even tried to certify, like he's never even been a fucking champion. Like the fact that people tried to certify him is just insane. Like I don't know, bro. It's just nuts. Like I don't understand how you can have people defending Terrence Crawford and then go to those people for any sort of quality boxing information. The proof is in the fucking pudding. Like, and the fact of the matter is that I'm talking to Bud fans too. Bud fans, Terrence Crawford lied to you. He lies to you consistently, and he's not going to put on any good fights because he knows you don't demand it from him. He knows that y'all are okay with him doing nothing. The same as Canelo, the same as Loma, the same as Teofimo's dumbass fans were.
Didn't Bud say he would fight EJ in EU?
Yeah, he's a moron. He doesn't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. Talking about going to the UK, motherfucker. You had Avanesian fly from the UK to the United States to fight you. Why wouldn't you just fight Avanesian in the UK? That's where his fucking promoter is. Frank Warren is a UK promoter. If the UK has so much bread, why would you have Avanesian fly from the UK, basically, to the United States? Why haven't you fought in the UK since Ricky fucking Burns? Huh? I mean, Josh Taylor, they even got him fighting for Undisputed in the US. Josh Taylor's from there. He fought fucking Amir Khan and Kell Brook, two British niggas in the United States as opposed to in the UK. So, like, nothing this dude says makes sense. He's just fucking lying.
And then when we speak on it, we're haters, man. I've been called a coon, a hater, a pocket watcher, all that, a snitch, all that shit because I said I'm not supporting Bud fighting David Avanesian.
My thing is, my simple counter is if Errol Spence Jr. said that he was not fighting Terrence Crawford and said that instead he was going to fight David Avanesian because the $10 million offer sounds better, what would you say? If you would say the same shit we're currently saying about Terrence Crawford, about Errol Spence Jr. right now, then just shut the fuck up. Because you guys were saying that he was ducking Terrence Crawford by fighting Pacquiao. Then you guys said he was ducking Terrence Crawford by fighting Ugas for the belt. You're already saying that the fight's not going to do any fucking numbers, but Errol Spence does what's necessary to try to make the fight bigger for Undisputed to make up for Bud's lack of fucking selling power, and you guys call it a duck. So it doesn't matter. You guys say everything, but I want Bud to fight Errol Spence Jr. Y'all say, well, I want to fight, but Bud got to be satisfied. Baby got to have his money. Baby got to make sure the contract good. But like you guys are, like I said, y'all are in love. And I don't discriminate. That's perfectly fine. You're all free to love who you love. If you're in love with a grown-ass man you've never met, that's perfectly fine. I respect your decision.
They say, Errol Spence, sure, he don't sell that much either. His pay-per-view is only like 300,000, 400,000. And then in the same breath, they'll say, well, Al Heyman's trying to protect his cash cow.
Right. It can't be fucking both. It got to make some sense. It's funny because Al Heyman didn't want to protect. It's weird because out of all the PBC fighters Terrence Crawford has fought, Errol Spence Jr. has the best chance of beating Crawford. But now they're saying that Al Heyman is protecting Spence, but he didn't protect little ass Gamboa, who came up from 126 to 135. He didn't protect Diaz. He didn't protect Benavidez. He didn't protect Sean Porter. Like Errol Spence has the best chance of clearing Crawford and having the whole welterweight division at PBC. But you're telling me he's shooting himself in the foot on that? When these PBC dudes don't fight, Al Heyman doesn't make money. So you can't call him a money hungry piece of shit, but then accuse him of making decisions that cost him money. This is what I'm saying. This is the mind of a fucking Bud fan.
Meanwhile, guys like Bob Arum was saying that nigga he lost money keeping some of these dudes active. Bud specifically.
Right. And then that's what that last dumbass that you had on live was talking about. Well, Showtime gotta make their money back. I'm like, you're okay with Top Rank losing money on Bud. You're okay with BLK Prime losing money on Bud, but you don't want Showtime to lose money on Bud too? Why is that? Oh, is it because Errol Spence Jr. fights at Showtime? Yeah, exactly. They fucking tell on themselves. Even with the transparency bullshit. That dude admitted that he got transparency. Then he's looking at us, why didn't he sign the paperwork? Nigga, I don't know. Ask Bud.
Oh yeah, can I make like a extra point on that?
Sure.
Yeah. You got like the dumbass Bud Dick Riders trying to say like Errol Spence fight tickets cost like $30 and whatnot, and they try to make it seem like Errol Spence he doesn't sell out his crowds properly without the pricing, and they try to make it seem like Spence is just making like pennies on dimes when it comes to PBC payouts. But if you just look back at Spence's last 3 fights, he's been making way more money than he has ever made.
That's true, but it doesn't even matter about the fucking money. It's about getting the fucking fight made so we can have this entertaining fight. We can get these questions answered, and we can actually enjoy the goddamn sport. But it's hard when these weird ass cult fan bases, and it's funny because these cult fan bases, they accumulate around people that we can confirm are not the fucking best. We can literally confirm it. Why doesn't Better Biev have a cult fan base? I Better Biev looks he actually looks fucking unstoppable. Terrence Crawford has never looked unstoppable. He's never looked like, oh my god, this dude is so fucking scary. Why doesn't Better Biev have this kind of cult fan base? Why doesn't fucking Stan Jonas Stan Jonas actually looks like, oh shit, man, this dude could do something. Jerron Dennis actually looks like, oh shit, this motherfucker might be unstoppable. Why is it always just fucking Canelo, nigga who's clearly been beat up? Triple G, nigga who's clearly been beat up. Terrence Crawford, nigga who's fucking clearly struggled. All these dudes that have been knocked out, knocked down, wobbled and shit, they get the cult fan bases, but the actual dudes putting in work don't get shit. It's fucking weird. It's weird and it's creepy, and I'll never understand.
Bud said he ain't never been hurt before, had a tough fight, and his fans sat there and said, "Yep, that's true."
Yeah, we try to put some respect on him by saying that Gamboa and Green Beans were able to do something, and they're like, nope, none of that happened. I'm like, all right, cool. So this nigga ain't talking about it. He's faced zero adversity, but all of a sudden he's supposed to come up and just run over Spence. Yeah, all right. Bud about to come back now to PBC. Bud ain't about to do shit, but run his fucking mouth. You heard what he said. He said, oh, look.
Somebody said something on Twitter. I ain't going to say the name, but somebody said on Twitter that, well, now I heard that BLK is about to offer Errol Spence $20 million.
Yeah, and didn't I predict that very thing happening?
You sure did.
Didn't that's exactly what I said. I said that watch. Now all of a sudden, after this dumbass fight, BLK Prime is gonna offer Spence a deal where he, the fucking unified champion of the world, has to come over to BLK Prime to fight little old Bud. And when Spence turns it down for the same reasons that Bud didn't want to fight them, the lack of transparency, they're gonna say, look, Spence duck. This is not about even making the fight. This is about making Terrence Crawford comfortable and making sure he doesn't go out looking like a total bitch. Because the reason why they're doing all this damage control is because they know Terrence Crawford has never been more popular than he is now. No one has given a fuck about Terrence Crawford more than right now because they caught him in the middle of a duck. So they're trying to tighten that shit up. They're gonna offer them some bogus ass deal where there's zero fucking transparency. And when Spence goes, well, I don't want to do all that. We should just go over to Showtime. They're gonna be like, see, we tried to he ducked too, so now we both ducking. Like it's the same old fucking kindergarten bullshit. It's the same old freeze tag, unfreeze, kindergarten ass bullshit. Again, we all grew up with people that act like Bud. We all have cousins that act like Bud. None of this bullshit is new.
Well, Bud, like he's just like
that's gonna be the thing. They were like, you see, well, both of them fighters couldn't just get it right, man.
Exactly.
Bud just needs like a little bit more money to pay his like a baby mama.
Instead of putting the blame on Bud and saying, yo, this guy Bud is fucking up, they're gonna say, well, both of them turned down deals and shit. They just both couldn't get it right.
Yeah, they're gonna say it's because Heyman. It's because Heyman. It's because Heyman. So Heyman fed Bud 5 PBC fighters, but didn't want to make the fight where the one that would beat his ass. Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Heyman made 5 clear mismatches with Bud. Dudes that because I didn't pick Sean Porter to beat Bud. So dudes that like I didn't give any shot to beat Bud, he made those fights. But the dude who could actually beat the shit out of Bud and bring the whole welterweight division to PBC, he didn't make that fight. Because that sounds like it makes sense. Shut the fuck up. Like I can't stand these fucking dudes. Well, Heyman needs to. How come Bob didn't need to do anything when he was offering contracts to Benavidez? Huh? In 2018, they could have made this shit. But the first contract they offered when Bud came up was fucking Benavidez. And you can talk all this bullshit. Oh, Danny Garcia, this, Keith Thurman, that. Unconfirmed fucking stories from God knows who with no documentation. No fucking proof. Niggas talking about links and can't post one. Well, look, I'm looking right here. Peter Quillen is like just out of nowhere. Motherfuckers just change the subject out of nowhere because it's hard to focus on the facts because there are none. The reality of the situation is that Bud has had multiple opportunities to fight this dude, and he does not want to. He didn't want to in 2018, and he doesn't want to now. Because in 2018, he could have made the same move he's doing now. I'm leaving Bob with the belt because I can't get the fight. What the fuck was the difference between 2018 and now? I could have done it already. And it's funny because these same dudes that don't believe a word Errol Spence says will go back to the size of the street shit. Or I'm going to clean up my side first. They'll believe that part, but when they also say that I wasn't getting a guarantee either, that part they don't seem to believe. So it's just I'm tired. It's like arguing with fucking women. You just don't do it. You just walk the fuck away. I learned at a young age arguing with women is pointless and exhausting. You just don't do it. You go, all right, cool, whatever, like goodbye. Like it's not even that serious. Like dismiss, go away. Because it's all just fucking dumb shit. Like it's all just goofy fucking nonsense going in, and I don't understand why there's this massive public PR campaign to make Bud look good. Nobody is defending. I mean, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but very few people are defending Teofimo. They know Teofimo's a fucking coward. That's why he's in the ring crying, because he knows that it's all just been the media that's been building him. Same with AJ. Nobody come into AJ's fucking defense. They know he's a goddamn coward. They know that most of his stardom has been because of the media push. That's why he was in the ring having a nervous fucking breakdown. And I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford does not want to go through that. Terrence Crawford does not want to come to the realization that everything he's believed thus far, everything he's been told by Top Rank and his fucking fans is a lie. And he knows that's what's coming. And that's why the Errol Spence fight will never be made. The Boots fight will never be made. The Charlo fight will never be made. The Virgil Ortiz Jr. fucking fight will probably never be made. Hell, at this point, Bud might not even fight Thurman. If we're being honest with ourselves. Bud's not doing any of this bullshit.
So the real question is like, if sanctioned bodies never existed in boxing and matchmaking was, extremely tough, from the ground up, then Crawford wouldn't be like, in this position that he's in, right?
It's not even about sanctioning bodies, dude. It's not about sanctioning bodies. It's not about companies. Two fighters have to want to fight each other. And I know people keep talking about promoters, but let me tell you something. A promoter can't force you to fight anyone. Now they can try to put some monkey wrenches in. They can say we're not going to make the fight. They can say we're not going to do that. And at that point, if you really want to fight, it's your job as a fighter to make that decision. Because you can just simply say I'm not fighting shit else. Like Mikey Garcia was at Top Rank. He didn't fight for 2 years because he wasn't getting the fights that he wanted. He took the 2 year layoff. He waited. He left Top Rank, and then he got the fights that he wanted. It's that fucking simple. You as a fighter have the ultimate onus of responsibility to take ownership over your fucking career. Because even though a promoter can sabotage a fight, they can't make you fight anyone. Someone so I was forced, I was that that's bullshit. Two fighters that legitimately want to fight will make it fucking happen because at the end of the day, it's your signature that has to go on the waiver. It's your signature. You're a grown ass man. Can't nobody sign for you. That's just like when they talk about Lomachenko and the franchise championship. Bob Arum can't sign no paperwork on Lomachenko's fucking behalf. Lomachenko had to sign for that shit. Lomachenko pays the sanctioning fees for that shit. So I just get mad when people try to make excuses for grown ass men. These are grown ass multi-millionaire fucking athletes. And at the end of the day, if they wanted some shit to happen, they can make it happen. But the reality is it's either one or both parties don't fucking want it. Spence did everything that he was supposed to do. Al Heyman did more than he was supposed to do. Because like I said in the beginning, I would have ripped Terrence Crawford the fuck off. I would have gave him his $12 million guarantee, and I would have ripped his ass off. I would have stolen fucking tens of millions from that fucking dummy because that's what he is. I don't have time. If I'm in the business to make bread, I don't have time for ignorant niggas. If you really think that $12 million is more than 30% of a mega fight and you want that up front, I'm going to give that to you and I'm going to make my money on the fucking back end because I don't have time. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm here to make boxing fights. And the only reason we don't have this fight right now is because Al Heyman is not a scammer. Because I would have scammed Bud. No question, I would have scammed Bud. I would have had no. I would have slept like a fucking baby scamming that fucking idiot. And after Spence beat his ass, I would have happily dealt with all the criticism. Oh man, you gave me a fucked up contract. Look at all that money they got over there. Oh shit, I should have got some more. Da-da-da. I would have happily sat through all that, just been counting my bread and moving on with my fucking life. Because that's exactly the kind of deal you were getting at Top Rank, which is why Bob Arum constantly replays the fights on YouTube, which is why you're always complaining about money, which is why you've never been satisfied with the money you've been able to make, because you just want guarantees, because you know you don't have any selling power. So no, dude, it's not about the sanctioning bodies, it's not about the fucking promoters. Like the politics in the business, that's one thing or another, but the reality is that a fighter has to be complicit. A fighter has to be complicit with their promoters' desires for their career. They have to be complicit with the sanctioning bodies. Because, for example,
facts.
Yeah, because for example, De La Hoya said that William Zepeda isn't big enough to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? If William Zepeda had some sack, he would be like, you know what, De La Hoya? No, I ain't fighting shit else until I fight Shakur Stevenson. I'm not fighting any more fights until I get the Shakur Stevenson fight. You make that fight or you fuck off. And I'm not fighting, and I'll wait till my contract is up, and then I'll go somewhere else. And I'll go to Top Rank to get the fight. And Bob Arum will happily just sign his ass too. Like, oh, shit. Oh, absolutely. I'll happily sign up some food for Shakur Stevenson. So, no, these guys are fucking complicit. You're a fucking grown-ass athlete. Can't nobody make you do some shit. You just got to be willing to do what it takes. So all these dudes, and I swear it again, look at the people who are trying to be experts on this shit. And I'm not talking about the pros or whatever. I'm talking about, some of them, like Timothy Bradley said the size of the street shit for Errol Spence, but he didn't even realize that Bud had been fighting PBC niggas. So, but I'm talking about just the dudes on Twitter, dudes on Facebook. Again, niggas that work at Chick-fil-A are now somehow experts on business dealings. Dudes that can't even get out of late child support payments are somehow experts on how sanctioning bodies work. Like it's just amazing. Like it's amazing to me. Like but yeah. And again, I'll reiterate. Terrence Crawford could have fought Errol Spence and still taken this bullshit deal. He could have fought Errol Spence.
Like you can max out off of 2 good paydays because the reason to my point for that is that if you think about it, if you're getting paid all the money that boxers should get paid for, then money shouldn't be the problem. It's just that you just don't want to get your ass whipped by somebody that's better than you. And on top of that, in bigger, tougher fights, you're going to, exert a lot more out of your body to put a massive risk on, on yourself. So in Crawford's case, he understands that
okay, look, Spence is going to kill me because I don't have the skills necessary to keep up. But if you could maximize your profits, without fighting Spence, then that's something that Crawford would do if he's like a coward. But if he's going to be like a man about it, he should be
Well,
like,
no, that's
okay,
the
look,
thing.
let me fight.
That's the thing. The compensation is important because you can die in the sport. My point is that Terrence Crawford fought Avanesian for less money. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. 30% of Spence versus Crawford is more than $10 million. And they know that. It's just that to the average moron, saying $10 million sounds a lot more than 30%. Because those are people that are not very perceptive and not good at math. So like I said, I took 30% of Spence and Ugas, and that was already more than $10 million. So 30% of Spence and Crawford would have been far more than that. They don't understand. They don't understand that Bud took less money because the fight didn't happen. We can't calculate the figures because the fight didn't happen. It's just like I don't know if you've ever been around a lot of hood dudes, but drug dealers, your average drug dealer doesn't make a lot of money, but you can impress a bitch by showing her cash. Like if I show a bitch a debit card with an unknown amount of money on it, but she sees I'm driving a nice car, wearing a suit, whatever, she'll think I'm just some kind of lame or whatever. But she'll see a street nigga with jewelry that's probably fake, that and he'll flash like $1,200 in 20s or even 100s in front of her, and she'll believe that nigga has money even though he lives with his mom. I've seen it. I've seen it 100,000 times. So again, just 10 million sounds like a lot of money, and 30% of an unknown figure doesn't sound like a lot because people don't want to do any math. But the reality is, he turned down Errol Spence Jr. for less money. That's what people need to come across. He turned down Errol Spence Jr. for less money. The reason why 10 million just sounds good is because the amount of money that Spencer Crawford would have made is a question mark. We don't know. But if you think that with Errol Spence Jr. doing over $5 million in gate alone, they couldn't make that, like, I'm sorry, you're not being realistic. And I already did the math. Like, fucking domestically, Spencer versus Ugas did 240,000 buys. That was like $18 million or some shit, plus a $5 million gate, concessions, and everything else.
18 million? Whoa.
Yeah. So again, these
that's a lot of money.
The primary thing is they just don't want Bud to fight Spence. They don't want Bud to fight Spence. They don't want him fighting anyone dangerous. They want him to get paid a lot of money against marginal opposition and look good doing it. And that's fine. Just admit it. Like all the extras, like, oh, Spence is ducking, Crawford's never been given an opportunity, he's always been locked out, but like all that shit, kill it. I'm tired.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like, I just don't understand like why the people that say big fights can't happen because of X, Y, and Z through promotions and stuff. It's like, it's not because of that. It's mainly because that people don't want to be responsible in their careers, i.e., the fighters. And
I don't offer women my debit card. I always offer them cash because my debit card is worth more than the cash in my wallet. Jose Vargas is a perfect example of the morons I'm talking about. Why would I let a woman walk away with my fucking debit card with all my money when I can give her some cash and that's only some of my money? Jose Vargas they're the exact morons I'm talking about. These are the morons I'm talking about. These are the people that support fucking Bud. Doesn't make any sense. I would never offer someone my debit card because that's where I have most of my money outside of my investments. I would offer them cash because that's just some of my money. You see, the tiny IQ of people like Jose Vargas are exactly what we're dealing with, which is why these fights are not going to be made. That's the mind. That's the mind of a fucking idiot. I literally explained that the debit card has more value than the cash, and this stupid ass came in and said, it sounds like a bitch turn you down to offer your debit card. Any bitch that turns down a debit card with the PIN number would be dumb. That's more money.
the debit card gives you more power.
I literally explained this fucking example, and this dumbass comes in and still gets it wrong. I spelled it out for him completely, and he's still fucked up. This is the level that we're dealing with. It sounds like a bitch turned down your debit card for a nigga with some cash. Bro, Crod, you can't negotiate with this. If this worthless motherfucker was in a business meeting and I'm trying to make us both money,
I would kick him out.
No, I would take advantage of this dude. This dude is an idiot. I would take advantage of these people. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Heyman, the reason why the deal didn't work out is because he tried to be a good dude. He tried to be a stand-up guy with Bud, and he
Yeah, I
should have
mean,
just screwed him over. He should have just fucked him over and let him cry afterwards. I'm so glad this dude came in and proved my fucking point. I'm so glad. I literally just explained to this motherfucker how the debit card is more valuable, and this nigga comes in talking about, oh, it sounds like you got turned down for a motherfucker with some cash. Like, it's just like, bro,
yeah, cash
like
is not going to hold you.
yeah,
but
bro, like the
debit card will hold
jokes
you.
write themselves. You think I pay the mortgage with cash? You think I send my bank an envelope full of cash? You think I'm over here fucking using Western Union to pay the mortgage with cash? No, you fucking idiot. Oh my
Western
god.
Union.
Like,
Just go through
that
like
was
another
perfect.
centralized, banker.
Yeah, no, that was some absolute perfect timing. I'm so happy that happened. And I'm so happy that happened while we were recording too. I'm like, I just literally explained this example, and this fucking idiot walks right into it. Like you can't.
Oh wait, I gotta ask. Did I just hear that Virgil Ortiz and Amanta Stanionis is gonna fight?
I ain't heard that shit.
Okay, then forget about it. Cause some weirdos on some mainstream YouTube boxing pages were saying, "Oh, Virgil Ortiz and Amanta Stanionis, they're gonna fight next," and I'm like, since when?
They were mandated to fight because Virgil Ortiz Jr. Virgil, yeah, because he's a dumbass. He's not gonna say anything back because he knows he's fucking stupid. Anyways, but Virgil Ortiz Jr. was mandated to fight Montes Stanionis for the WBA regular title. Um, I hope the fight happens. I don't think Virgil is going to fight Stanionis because Virgil didn't even want to fight fucking Avanesian. So why would he then go fight Stanionis? And not to mention, Virgil Ortiz Jr. was the number one for the WBC until they did that bullshit with Keith Thurman. But Virgil Ortiz Jr. is still the number one for the WBO. So why would you pass up a direct title shot at for an inferior title? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And not to mention, honestly, based on what we've seen so far, Virgil Ortiz Jr. has a better chance of beating fucking Terrence Crawford than he does Stanionis. Because Stanionis is like if Green Beans was able to knock you down and do all that bullshit, then Stanionis is he's a pretty tough opponent. He's more emotionally mature. He's definitely fought better opposition than Virgil Ortiz Jr. because Butayev would have fucking smoked everybody Virgil Ortiz ever fucking fought. So yeah, I don't think that they take that fight. And if they do, it's gonna be a good ass fight. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be necessary. And whoever wins is gonna definitely. I mean, Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Stanionis are both certified, but whoever wins is definitely gonna be up there, and they're gonna be in line for some titles. So But like I said, I don't think the fight happens. I really don't. I don't see it happening. So I haven't heard anything about it. If it's finalized, great. If it's real, great. If they're working toward it, great. But I don't see them doing that. And not to mention, they'll use the standard bullshit. They'll use the bullshit. They'll use the zone and Golden Boy and PBC. We can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. But Ryan is getting ready to fight Tank. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just crazy how people just make those weird ass excuses of, cross promotional fights can't happen, but yet, here we are with fighters that aren't big enough a name that can easily cross over.
Like I said, it's not about crossing over or any of that shit. It's about maximizing your return on the fighter, because the sad reality is that these promoters know that the fighters are assets. These are like cattle, and you don't want to slaughter them before they're mature. No, it's true, and you don't want to slaughter them before they're mature because then you won't get the maximum amount of return. You will have killed
Vargas.
you will have killed a cow. You will have killed a cow, and while it's not at its biggest, so you don't get the most meat, you don't get the most profit at the market. So sacrificing Ryan Garcia to Tank is the biggest possible payday they can possibly get. So they're cool with making that fight. But sacrificing Virgil Ortiz Jr. for Stanionis, that's not the biggest fight. So why would they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One eye drunk hitting that 14-year-old. Again, another dumbass. It was the exact opposite. Some dude ran around like, first of all, a 14-year, you're not old enough to be driving at 14. So that person's already breaking the fucking law. Second of all, he hit Errol Spence Jr. head on.
Did that Spence altercation involve like a 14-year-old child driving?
Yeah, this dumbass says he hit a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old was driving a car. That's already illegal. Next, he hit Spence dead on. Like again, yeah,
Yeah, so
I'm not
Errol
even gonna
Spence, he
respond.
should be getting.
I'm not even gonna respond. They're just in there sucking dick, like I said, and of course that dude didn't say anything back because he was an idiot. If that dude was a bitch, he would take a dude's cash as opposed to his debit card. Dumbest bitch on earth. With the debit card, you have access to all types of shit. With the cash, you just get the cash. He's a dumbass like Bud.
Yeah, so like if you take like a billionaire's debit card, you can make more money.
Exactly.
Hey, I gotta get up out of here, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely gotta go. My bad.
No problem.
But we go chop it up again.
Have a good one.